Our next speaker is Dan D'Antonio. Journey through coaching. Marshall assistant as a high school coach from 1975 to 2005. Then went to the Phoenix Suns as an assistant 2005 to 8. Then the New York Knicks, the Los Angeles Lakers. Then became the head coach at Marshall's, done a really good job, fantastic job, 2004 to present. He's been in the NCAA tournament, CIT. Last year in the conference, the Sun Belt, they were 24-8, 13-5, tied for second. His overall record is 164-128, 57% winning percentage. If you look on your app, there's all kinds of handouts from Coach and their staff. We're going to try to get them on the board, but if they're not, they're on your phone. You should be able to see them. And I'll give you one more minute and we'll get started. We really appreciate Coach D'Antonio spoke at one of our clinics, I think in Kansas City a couple years ago. Fantastic job. Warm welcome for Dan D'Antonio. Thanks.
Ooh. You want me to start or wait?
Yeah, give me 1 second. What's the young man's name?
Morgan Papik.
What's that?
Morgan Papik.
Morgan Papik. There's some stuff here for you. I don't know if you want to look at this or come up and get it later on. Somebody also forgot a playbook journal that's up here too. So I'll turn it over to Coach. Coach, thanks for being with us.
I wouldn't suggest that for everybody, but for me it's great. It's entertainment, so enjoy being here and appreciate y'all coming. I've been a junior high coach, a high school coach for 28 years, junior high 2 years, NBA 9 years, and 9 years now as a head coach at Marshall University. Tough profession for all you people young. You know, the posse is always chasing the coach. So just get used to it. Some of the best in the business get fired, Doc Rivers. You know, a lot of good coaches. It's tough. Expectations are great. Good friend of mine, well, I wouldn't say a good friend, but know him pretty well. When I first started coaching in college, how many college coaches we have out here? Any college coaches? Few, most of them high school. Well, there's one thing he told me, a college coach, and he says, Coach, you don't want to get fired, make more money than they can fire you with. And you know what? He tested it this year, Bob Huggins. You know what? He's right. You're not going to get fired if you have enough money coming in. So kind of tough profession for y'all. And I hope you enjoy it like I have for many years, and it's great. Frank, great coach. A lot of ways to coach. I'm probably the opposite end. You know, what he said works for Frank, and it's important that you coach who you are. Like he said, he did say that. You got to coach who you are, but I do things who I am a little bit different. Just to give you a little background before I start, and I want to make sure, everybody says the D'Antoni boys, my brother coaches Phoenix and head coach at New York and Los Angeles, and they don't teach defense. Maybe. It's funny, he was known as a defensive player when he played. But give my credit, I'm going to give credit to my assistant coaches and to what I've learned from players and from other coaches. On offense, 9 years that I've coached at Marshall, 6 of them we were in the top 15 in the country. At Marshall University. 3 of them in the top 10, 2 of them in the top 3. So I like our style of play. I like how we play. First of all, I think it's fun. Second of all, players love to play it. Third of all, we have led the Sun Belt and now, or Conference USA, now Sun Belt, in attendance, which is important. You know, it's important. We are not only a product of competition, which winning is a big part, but today's day, you got to put people in seats. You better be entertaining and let your players do that. Plus, you're recruiting at our level, and players got to like to play it, and I think they do. This year, offensively, we were 8th in the country, 81 points, a little over, almost 82 points a game. We were 13th in assists to turnover. So you can play fast, which we do, and not turn the ball over. If you think playing fast is going to make turnovers, no, that's not true. It's when you make hard plays, that's when you turn the ball over. But you can play fast and have it easy. We were 5th in the country in assists per game, which was right at 18 this year. And that's a product of my assistant coaches and the players that play for us. So in defense of myself, somebody says, well, if you play offense like that, you can't play defense. Well, this year, we were 6th in block shots in the country. We were 17th in rebounding in the country. We were 12th, no, I take that back, 12th in steals. We were 36th in forced turnovers, and we were 19th in scoring margins. So you can play fast, you can play great offense, and you can still play good defense. Now, I'm a little bit different than what Coach did, and I'll get out. I'll spend most of my time on the floor because I'll bore you talking about all this stuff. But here's the thing. I never teach absolutes. Everything is a concept. Teach concepts. I termed the phrase organized chaos. Maybe some of you have heard it. I'm going to take credit for that because I don't think anybody used it before me, and that was in 1981. I named my high school team Organized Chaos. And what I want to do is have a organized attack that looks chaotic to the defense, so they can't figure it out. If we're running our offense right, you can't scout me. You'll spend all day and 2 weeks scouting a certain particular way we did it because we're going to have all 5 players in different positions. They're not going to line up the same way all the time. We're going to play positionless. He mentioned, I'm going to put my point guard out. If I said I want my point guard in the middle of the floor, all players would run there. I wouldn't have anybody left. They'd all run to that spot because they want to play that position. And we play positionless basketball. We teach our guards to post, teach our big men to shoot threes, ton of them. And you know, I recruit good kids who are responsible so that they're not going to take a three that's going to kill them or make them look bad in the game. If you do, you can suffer through a couple of them, maybe talk to him a little bit. But we encourage to learn the entire game. The entire game. Every player. I don't have a player and say, in fact, this year I have one 6'10", and I looked at my assistant coaches and they go, well, he's not a point guard. I said, why? He makes good decisions. He handles the ball. He can shoot threes. He's quick enough. Oh, he's 6'10", so he can't be point guard? That doesn't make any sense. So I look at it this way. Your height doesn't determine who you are. Your weight doesn't determine who you are. How you play will determine who you are. And be careful as a coach, you don't pigeonhole your players. You know, the greatest, they used to say this all the time about Dean Smith, the greatest defense on Michael Jordan was Dean Smith. You know, don't do that. Let them play. Give them a chance. They make you good more often than you make them good. And if you give them that chance and they believe in you and you believe in them, it's a two-way street. They'll make you a much better coach more often than you'll make them a great player. Teaching's funny too. It's like, you know, when you're a dad, which I was, I had 3 boys and a daughter, but you would hold the bike, you know, you're teaching them how to ride a bike. You put your hand on it. When do you let go? When do you let go? When you take your hand off, or do you keep it on there because you're afraid that they might wreck? You're afraid that they might do something, so you keep your hand on it. I'm a great believer in you got to let go. Once you let go, they become a great bike rider. If you keep your hand on it, guess what? They're only so-so. They're average. So that's coaching. It's the same thing. When do you let go and let your players win ball games for you? Or if you got to be the person that does it all the time. I'm a great believer. If you're the person all the time, you got so-so players, and you probably got a so-so team. Let go. Get them in a structure. Teach them. And then get out of the way and let them make you a good coach. That's kind of the way I do with my kids. When you're running your offense, how much structure? That's another important thing. How much structure do you have? And I'm going to get out on the floor and show you a little bit what we do. Like I said, I teach out concepts, not absolutes. We don't go A, B, C, D, E, F. We're all over the place. But there is an organization to it and a structure, which I'm going to show you. And I think it's important. So you got to decide how much structure. Are you going to be one of these? If you're here, go pick there. If you're there, go pick here. Come off there. I don't think the game's played like that anymore. Used to be. When I played, it was, but not so much anymore. We use pick and roll, I think, is the most deadly weapon in offense right now there is. Off-ball screens, I kind of like to play teams off-ball. We switch everything anyway, so we just stand there and wait for you to finish, you know. So I think you have to be able, one, attack one-on-one. So you got to teach one-on-one. They got to be able to break down and get up into the lane and force the rotations. Other than that, and they got to be able to score on their player. That's what forces it. So you got to teach them how to play one-on-one. Second of all, you got to teach them the fundamentals of the pick and roll and teach it right. I always use the concept. I used to use Lone Ranger and Tonto for my kids, but hell, nobody knew who that was. So I had to switch to Batman and Robin. You know, they understood Batman and Robin. How many people who knew Tonto? Well, maybe it was relevant. So we teach Batman and Robin, and Batman's got the ball, and I always tell them, the guy's got the ball, Batman, don't forget Robin, because he's what's going to make you good. So that's how I teach a pick and roll. Also, pick and rolls have gotten to where you need to do multiple pick and rolls, because a lot of people are switching it now and doing what Frank said. They line up right up under that basket. And so now you've got to be able to teach multiple pick and rolls to make them move. So how do you get multiple seamlessly ball movement that creates pick and rolls? Boom, boom, boom. Just hit it like that, and you're constantly doing it and forcing the team into rotations. Can you do that? Yes, you can. It's important that you do that. Can you do all this stuff on a high school level? Yes. Yes. I think that's one of the worst mistakes. I heard a coach, not a coach, it was an athletic director, didn't know much, but he said, you can't teach professional concepts on a college level. They're not that good. Well, guess what? You just became the best defense of a college player ever, because you said, I can't. Yes, they can. You just got to teach them how and show them how and give them the opportunity to do that. So don't look at something and say they can't do it. Yes, they can, and they can get very good at it. And I apologize looking at my notes. I haven't had a chance. We had Sunbelt meetings last week. In the day's environment, I lost. How's this? We recruited kids 7-1. Biggest offer he had, Youngstown State and us. That's it. All right, 7-1, Youngstown and us. In 1 year, Florida, Virginia, West Virginia, Northwestern, Georgia, Florida State, 15 colleges. And man, we played the wrong time, because that money is flowing into that pocket. I can't tell you how much because it's hard to pin anybody down, but it's considerable. So we had the freshman player of the year, Sun Belt, 7-1, going to Florida. So I was out recruiting, hitting the trails. We lost Tavion Kinsey, who went to Portsmouth, was at the D-League camp, could get drafted, it's pretty close. And we had a point guard, Andy Taylor. Two coaches were here last night, I think. I should have walked over there. But took him from Mississippi State, and I know that was a good amount. So we're out looking. So we're going to have to replace at a mid-major level. And that's fine, but the way I look at it was, you know what? When they came, nobody, either one of them. The other one was Furman and us. That was it. And then if they came unknown, we'll find some other unknowns to take their place. But I do think style of play, how you teach it, can help them get to, and I'm happy for them, pretty rewarded financially. And like I said, one was Sun Belt Player of the Year freshman, and the other was first string Sun Belt. And Tavion Kinsey was the Player of the Year in the Sun Belt. So 3 good players coming out of one program that we recruited that nobody was looking for them. So it can happen. Give you just some short principles, and I'm going to get on the floor. Pick and rolls are very important. I don't do any defensive work, 3-on-3, 4-on-4. It makes different rotations. So everything that we do defensively, and I'm teaching defensively, doing it out of a 5-man set. 5-man set. I believe I'm picking the ball up 94 feet, light pressure. We work out of concepts. I let players choose. Do I have a chance to double it? Do I have a chance to pressure it? You know, I'll make suggestions as we go in the game if I see to help them a little bit. But I give them a lot of freedom on where they're going to double, whether they can pressure hard, whether they're going to loosen it up, let it come back. So when we press in full court, that's not a panic press. And then sometimes it is. If we're getting into you and you can't handle it, we'll ramp it up. So I let them do it, and unless one of my assistant coaches comes over and says, hey, coach, we got to ramp this up. I said, okay, so we'll ramp it up a little bit and see what happens. But I don't do anything 3-on-3, 4-on-4 anymore. Used to. Everything that I'm telling you now, I used to do some, and I quit. You know, I was a Bobby Knight guy. I quit doing that. I used to yell at players. I quit doing that. Maybe the NBA helped me because one of them beat my ass or something, you know. I don't know. But kids today, I don't think, and they're not all, there's some that can. And you can motivate differently. I'm not saying mine's the only way. But I am a strong believer in strong motivated. And that means I'm forceful, but it's in a more positive way than it is negative. I don't go negative on players. I don't get in their face. I don't try to embarrass them. It embarrassed me if I did that. And I'm not going to do it. I respect them as people. If you don't respect them, I don't know how you expect it to come back. So I don't do that anymore. Not saying I haven't, because I have. I lined up one high school team when I was young, and they were all lined up. I said, you suck, you suck, you suck, you're okay. You suck, you suck, you suck, you're okay. You suck, you suck. I did that. That was probably a mistake, you know. Some people, if it worked out well, said I challenged them. I don't know if you do. You know, I have in my locker room, a lot of coaches, no game, no pain, no gain, something like that. Run through a brick wall. Why would you try to run through a brick wall? That is stupid, right? Why would you do that? Jump over it, run around it, jump through the brick wall? It reminds me of that guy that went after the loose ball, dove, he had no chance. What are you doing? It's stupid. Oh, well, I was hustling. No, you weren't. You were being stupid. So I don't do that. On my wall, I got Charlie Brown, Snoopy on his back. It says, not where you're going, it's who you go with. And I believe that. I believe it with my players, and I try to put that to them. When you're at Marshall, we're going as a group. We're going to enjoy each other. We're going to play together as a family, and we're going to try to keep it going that way and see what we can do. Next thing I think you need to look at, shooting is the most important skill that you teach. Shooting. Now, how do you teach shooting? A lot of people, you can read the textbook and find out all the fun. That's not hard. Anybody can do that. Go get a book, open it up, read it. You know, keep your elbow in, whatever. But if you go watch golf, which I like to watch, and you're watching Open or the Masters, you got the chances with his arms out here. You got another one in here. You got one that used to loop and swing. Well, you going to change it? Because you read in the book, it says do it this way, and you're not doing it that way? Big mistake. Don't ever change anything unless it needs to be changed. All right? Don't try to do that. I wait. I let kids prove to me they can't do something before I tell them they can't do it because of what it looks like. I found out a long time ago, Steve Nash once told me, Coach, they said I'm the most fundamental guy in the NBA. And if that's all I was, I wouldn't be in the NBA. Why? Because he's not the best athlete. He's not the strongest kid. He has to be original. He has to be creative. A little bit different than me with Frank. When he says all these goofy shots, we shoot them in our practice. Come on out. We're going to make tough shots. And we'll work on the regular stuff. But I saw LeBron come down one time, and he's driving down, and he shoots a right hand going away bank shot. You probably saw it was on TV a lot. Next day in practice, we're doing it. Boom, boom. And you know what? There were a lot of guys on my team who could do that. But they're not creative enough to understand they can do that. They put a lid on themselves because they don't, I'll use the term, you got to dare to be good. Dare to be good. A lot of people are afraid to be good. They're afraid to make a mistake, especially kids. If you have good, disciplined kids before you get them, you got to loosen them up. If you start telling yes and no, then they become very robotic because they're afraid to make mistakes. One good thing about playing our way, you got 90 possessions instead of 50. You can make some mistakes inside it. It doesn't kill you like a 50-point game. 50-point game, better watch your mistakes, not too many going up and down. So I would suggest one of the ways that you can turn players loose, let have a lot of possessions in a ball game. Here's the next thing, and then I'm going to get on the court. Players, make sure I got my notes, make sure I say this right. Good players make plays work. Not good plays make good players. All right, you got to understand that. Sometimes we spend all our time working on a good play. This is a great play. And you got bad players. Hell, it ain't going to work. Were you crazy? It's not going to work. So you spend all your time making this play work with bad players, and you're working, and you lose by 30 because it worked twice. And the rest of the time, they're just beating the hell out of you. So I spend most of my time on trying to make good players. Every practice we have, we try to develop players, at least half of it. We do a lot of one-on-one. We do a lot of player development, which is key is shooting and having moves to get shots, pick and roll type of stuff. I tried to coach defense. I put more time in there because I get tired of hearing there's no D in D'Antoni, which is D for, I've heard that 1,000 times. But so I said, okay, we're going to practice this thing for 45 minutes, defense. That was the worst defensive team I've ever had. You know what? This one was one of the best ones. We taught it 10 minutes. Now, we get in a film session, we're emphasizing defense. It's not something you have to practice. It's just something to convince them to do. Offense, on the other hand, you better practice. So we're out doing most of our work. If you look on your apps, you can look at it. I got a little thing. I got, these are workouts early. You can see them on your app, but I make notes. You notice I make my assistant coaches work harder than me. You know, I listen to Frank. That's true. I got all those guys. Hey, show them how to do this shit, you know. So I used to be able to, but my game sucks. I'll be honest with you. So, but I make notes. At the end of the practice, I go behind it and just say things that we need to work on, things I liked, things I didn't. I got this from Morgan Wooten. I don't know if y'all know him, a legendary DeMatha coach. I do all this, every practice plan for the entire year. I do it in July. And from there, I'll adjust. But I always have my whole year planned out before I go into the season. And then, you know, do I make adjustments? Do I change? Yes. But I'm changing from something and not from nothing. Next thing I do, and I got this from Bobby Knight, and maybe in a negative way. Bobby was a good friend of mine, was a big emphasis on history. He loved history. And my suggestion was our society in basketball would be better without it. It causes hate sometimes. It causes, give it up. Past is past. I know they say, well, you can't learn about it unless you know what happened in the past. You know, right and wrong, good play, bad play. You know, how hard is it? That's not a hard concept. Be a nice guy. You don't need to know your past. That's bull crap, you know. I'm Italian. I came from an Italian immigrant family. My granddad came from Italy. And you know what? And as I'm preaching a little politics here, I'm sorry, but basketball's life. I teach life on my basketball team. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know. Everybody's got their own say. But my granddad said, you're not speaking Italian in here. You're speaking English. You are an American now. Be an American. When I looked at our team, and we've had, again, I maybe get criticized for this, we have white and black kids. I have foreign kids. I got them from all over, you know. I got a couple from the Slavic countries, one from Africa. They're from all over. And when all that thing came down about kneeling for the flag and all that stuff, and again, I'm getting in and I apologize if I offend somebody. But this is my thoughts, and I should be able to say them. You can hold on to yours. And I told my players, look, I'm not going to kneel. I had a son who fought, had bullets go by him. I'm not kneeling. This is why. We all have to have something we stand for. What is it? Whether it's right or wrong. I'm not saying it lived up to those words. I'm not, because it didn't. But those words are pure. We got to stand there and keep getting better. Keep getting better as a group, as a team, and as a society. That's my belief, and I try to stick with it as much as I can. If you want to consider yourself a great coach, you have to inspire. You have to inspire kids, not teach them a pick and roll. That's important. That's part of it. But a great coaches inspire their players, inspire them to be better. My dad used to tell me, he was a coach. You know, he said, you want to be good? There's the keys. He didn't tell me, go to the gym an hour a day. You need to go. You missed 2 days. Didn't do that. There they are. And that kid has got to make that choice of picking them up and getting to the gym. Where your part in it is not demanding him to do it, but to inspire him to do it. And if you do that, you're in good shape. I sat down one time with Bill Russell. Everybody remember Bill Russell, right? I hope. Hopefully, if you don't know your history, you need to go back. Played for the Celtics. Sat down with dinner one time, and I said, Red Auerbach must have taught you a lot. Nope, didn't teach me anything. I said, come on, Bill, you won 11 championships with him. Didn't learn any basketball from him. So I'm puzzled, I'm going, oh, crap, now what do I do? What do I say, And then he furthered the conversation. He said, I didn't want that man to lose. He inspired him to be great. He didn't tell him how to be great. He inspired him to be great. And I think you'll find 90% of the coaching is to do that. So with that, I'm going to get on this floor. Again, I haven't done this. I got assistant coaches out the yin-yang. So you guys got the halfway play. I'm going to make you play a lot. So let's, I'm going to go in our concept, what we call flow. This is organized, part of organized chaos, how we teach it. So give me a player up here with the ball. Now look how they go to the point guard automatically. Don't you want to be a point?
Yeah, basically.
Why are you giving him the ball for?
I didn't give him the ball.
Well, you want you to go take it. Damn. All right, come over here, point guard. No, give him the ball. Give the big fella the ball. Get over there. Act like you're a point guard. Get over there. Come over here. Get over there. Get in the corner. All right, that's basic. Come over here. Slide down. That's basically how we come down the floor. A lot of teams do it now. When we started in Phoenix, I'll give you a little story. Amari Stoudemire was great. They did this. This is the way we approach. No one had seen that when we were in Phoenix in the United States. There were at least one, maybe two, sitting down on those blocks. If you watch now, and they talked about, well, the big man's back, Jokic might be the best point guard in the country. He just has to be 7'1". But I tell you what, passing the ball, getting out here facing and moving the ball, might be the best in the country. What if you'd have taken Jokic and stuck him down there and said, just battle in there? You think you got the two-time MVP player or in the NBA? Nah. No. But he came out here. If you look at Joel Embiid, they're forcing him to get down in there. He don't want to, but the difference, I think, between the two, they're both great players, don't get me wrong, but how hard you play is important. And it's funny, if y'all watching the NBA, you got Miami, who comes at a snail's pace, only does things, but now if they have an opportunity break and they feel it, they're going to go. And then you have Denver going 100 miles an hour coming at you. Could be a little bit. You're playing in Denver. You're going to win all your home games because it's hard to play in Denver and not get wore out by it. And then in Miami, I love that team. That's one of the best teams I enjoy. I also enjoy Denver, but two different perspectives on how to play, obviously. So if we came down the floor with the ball, first thing we're going to do is, okay, they make these decisions. Now, we practice them every day. So he's coming down the floor, you're going to go set a pick. Go set a pick. All right, stop. You've already made a mistake. You see that angle he just gave you? Bad angle. So if I'm going to set a pick, I'm coming down below him, and I'm hitting this pick so he can go this way, not east-west. All right? So get back up here. Next big thing that they always taught me, found out differences, come off the pick, pivot, stop. Now, when I pivot, look at the difference between us. Look at the side. One guy can guard both of you. Back it up. So now I hit it, and he comes off, and I do this. Now look at the difference. Now I got angles. That's why we teach to come up, hit it on the bottom angle, get the bottom of his butt, and get out here. Get your hands down. All right, if you're teaching to pivot out of pick and rolls, God bless you. I think you're about 50 years back, or not 50. Wyndham might come in the NBA, because he's the one taught that. Probably 20 years back. So when you come in, we're going to set a pick and roll. We're going to hit this. Come on. All right, he's going to roll hard. What do you do when he does that? You come up here on the back, all the way up. Because what do most teams try to do? Stick a guy right there, right? The ball's coming to him, so that kind of holds those two. This guy, the ball's going away, he immediately goes and gets here. So we want to lift and get up here. Sometimes it's even better as you're coming down the floor. Come down the floor, young man. Come up and set the pick, young man. If I'm here, stop. Come early. Come on. Go hit it. Just come up here and be up here already and get right here. That way if they leave him down, they got problems, okay? And you can set it up that way. All right, that's one way we'll do it. Go back. That's just we call it drag. Now we might want to double drag. Come here. Two of you. One of you going to roll, one of you is going to pop. I don't care. Best shooter, pop. I like that. They hesitated. They both thought they could shoot. Go back. That's not bad. I like that idea. One of you figure out shoots better than. Go get the percentages. What do you shoot? What do you shoot, young man? Huh? 30? What do you shoot? 30? You got two new players? No, I'm just screwing around here. I would practice a little bit better than 30. Y'all give me heart attacks. All right? So we're going to come off, just sit down below. Second pick is always below the first one. So you're up in here. You don't want to get up here unless you have to, but most of the time you're down here. So come off, double drag, you roll, young man, roll. And then this one will pop, okay? That's double drag. Come back. I'm just going to show you our flow series real fast. Come down the floor, get back in your spots. Now we come down, let me have the ball. You be me after I tell you, you be my legs. Come up into here, so young man. No, go in and come up. Go back down. Now go from the corner, come in and come up. Go in, come up, now straight up. This is called pistol. You've probably seen it. This was, again, a Phoenix set that most people run. He's going to come off of it. He can go to the basket. He can pop out wide. That's up to the player. And you just keep working. Defense is going to determine a lot what the offense does. And you teach these kids to read it. Now, the way we do in practice, and I don't know if you have this opportunity in high school, but in the pros, we got 5 managers that got pads. So they get out there and they mix everything up, so they have to read everything. So if he comes off and he runs, let's say you go to the corner. All right. Now, this guy got a choice. It's up to him. I don't determine it. Sometimes he might try to split and go. Now it's pace and pass. He might come back. He might pivot back, hit him back, come right back down and get him. Come on. And this is one of the best pick and rolls, deep, because there's no defense back here. So you can do it that way. So I got the ball. Got a lot of options. I can split it. I can turn, look here. I might come here. If I come here, he's got a chance. Dive. I can throw it to this guy. I'm coming over to set a pick. Come on. Now, there's a big philosophy that says, you know, he didn't wait on the pick. I hear announcers say that all the time. You know what that tells me? They think the picker's dumber than shit. Hell, if I see a guy coming at me, I stop. I don't want to foul him. I stop. So I put the onus on this guy, not so much the ball. So if I got the ball, I'll throw it to him. If he's coming, I'm stopping. If he keeps it, I keep coming. Now I hit it, back down the side again. So really the onus is on the picker. So I can do a lot of things. So we came through. This is our flow series. Go back up. Caught the ball here. He runs the corner. He may dive. He may stay. And I used to tell David Lee this. David Lee played with us with the Knicks. And I told David Lee, David, you're not the biggest. You're not the longest. You're not God's gift to basketball physically. Good. Don't get me wrong. He's a hell of an athlete. But there are bigger, stronger, longer players. So I told him, my advice to him was, don't do anything they expect. If they expect you to go throw it to him, throw it to him. If they think you're going to pick him, and you came through and you threw him the ball and they think you're going to go pick him, go pick him. Come back off. Roll back down. There are constants. You can see my roll's the same, but I'm letting them figure the crap out. So I told him, you get the ball in the mid post. I'm you. Okay. I got the ball in the post. If they think you're going to throw it to him and take off. So if I'm sitting here, I look here, but I throw there and I'm moving with the pass. Never pass and then move. If you're going to set a pick, come down, pass and go as the pass goes. My bad. Come on, man. You got to make me look better than that. Now I'm embarrassed. No, it was my fault. I hit, and I'm going to hit here. So now, what do you got to do if I'm picking here? You can dive. That's one thing. What else could you do? Space. That's the next thing. All right? So now I'm coming off. What are you doing? Come on. You're lifting, and I'm coming down the backside. So there is some structure to it, but I'm leaving a lot with the creativity of the player. Be creative. If you're always doing what they see in practice or in film, you're pretty an easy scout. But if you come down and we just run flow one time, we run flow, you're going to be 2 weeks scouting us. Because off of this, we're going to do 50 things. 50. And don't say your high school kids can't do this. Because I coached high school for 28 years, had 68 Division I players in a non-recruit school at the beach, 68 who learned how to play this game, every bit of it. 68 in 28 years went on to play Division I basketball. So they can do this. Don't you be the best defender of your player. And we do that a lot. All right, next thing we do, go back to the corner. Now we can come down the floor, face, turn around. Now we come down the floor. I can't throw it this guy, I throw it this guy. Well, we got a lot of things. We can go underneath it, which kind of ends up like a rub. I'm back down this side, he's that way. We can go over it. So I hit him, I go over, dribble down a little bit. He fakes it to me. I stop here, come back, throw it back to me, pitch it. And right back, now you're going down. All right, so you can do that. You can do it to where this is delay for us. You're going to give it to me, all right? So I hit him. I'm going over top. He's going to set back up to go ahead down a little bit and then come right back to set a pick. But now I can throw it over here. He can back door. He can go, dribble it down. No, say don't hit the back door, go all the way through. I can follow him down, hit him with a pick, back over here again. Two things you can't do on our offense. Don't have many rules. I don't have many rules for my team other than be a nice guy. Hell, how hard is that to figure out? If they can't figure out what a nice guy is, don't recruit them. Don't recruit them. They're a pain in the ass. Be a nice guy. I gave up being the savior of everybody because it doesn't work most of the time. I reward good behavior, not bad behavior. I spend my time with good behavior, not bad behavior. Now, you want to correct bad behavior? You keep doing that, and that guy will quit being bad behavior if he wants what you got. So you get what he wants, he'll stop the bad behavior because he ain't getting it. You know, he's going to have the good behavior. So I don't tell him, you got 11 o'clock curfew. What I say to them is, you need your rest to be good. You need 9 hours of sleep. Some people go to bed at 8, get up at 4. Some people go to bed at 11. I'm not sitting there to determine it, you know. I'm not coming back and checking on them every 2 seconds. I had my athletic director said, you know, coming into the college, you're going to have to walk them to class in the morning. I said, you can stop right there. I'll walk them toward the class, go by it to the parking lot, and say goodbye. You know, that's it. And our kids know that. They don't have deadlines. But I will deal with bad behavior. I will deal with things that hurt our ball club. And they don't know where that line is. And because they don't know where that line is, guess what? They don't do crap. Because they're worried about, well, I stayed out till 10. Coach might want me at 9. I don't know. I don't know. So I better be in the 9. And when 10 was okay by me, they don't know. So I look at it that way. I have no rules, none. No rules except for you embarrass your family, embarrass Marshall, you embarrass yourself and your teammates, I'm dealing with it. Not telling them how much, but I will deal with it. And I don't care if it's the first guy or the 15th man on my team. I don't care if it's a walk-on or my star player. I'm going to deal with them the same. I treat each person the same. Because we have a saying at Marshall, you got to be a superstar at every position. And not every position is going to be on the floor. Some of it's in the locker room. Some of it's on your bench. If that's your position, be a superstar in it. Be great. That's what makes great teams. Be super. And then, in order to do that, you've got to treat them like they're a superstar or that you respect what they're doing. And you put value on that guy gets off the bench and goes, yes, yes. You've got to put value on that. Not the guy that made the shot. The guy got off the bench and started screaming. If you do that, I think your team will start doing this. Very much so. So, we come down, give my point guard the ball out here. Go back in the corner. This is called flow. We can go here, we can go there. We do it out of concepts, everything else. Now, if we want to post up and say he's got somebody, let's see. I'm taller than you. Man, I feel good. Say I wanted to post up this little runt right here, down here, all right? No, I'm just teasing. All right, so let's say we want to post him up. So the way we do it here, if I feel we got a mismatch, come off. Come up. Go down. Roll all the way to the basket. Throw the ball back over here. Don't penetrate. Go all the way to the basket. Come up the bottom side and step up in there and throw in the ball. That's the way we post up. If we think we got mismatches, there's 2 ways we do it. Go back. Go in the corner now. Come here. No, right here. Excuse me. Get here. You did the thing. All right, now, wait. Instead of coming up, he's going to come out here with the ball, but stay. And you're going to come up to there and throw the ball back. Don't worry, take that back. Go stay in the corner. Stay in the corner. Get the ball back over here. Let's say he doesn't quite get it. We want to post this guy up. So here we go. Go pop out there with it. He's rolling down. Now, he steps here. You come hard over top, young man. Hard over top. And then step it right in behind him right there. That's the other way we post up. So he goes hard, gets a little rub. Usually they're three-quartering. They're up in this area. So when we come off of it, we're kind of going right over top, which gives him a chance, a little room to step right back in there, and we throw it inside. So we do post up. If we have great players, good players, Tavion Kinsey, we did that a lot with him. He was a point guard, playing 4, 5, 3, 2, didn't matter. We did a lot of that where we brought him hard over top, brought Tavion back in, throwing the ball, take one dribble, elevate 44 inches, boom, bucket. Averaged 22 points. We had I think, the highest scoring duo guard combination in the country this year. And a lot of it was not just your typical. One was had to have a ball a lot. The other one would get you 22 points on 12 shots. You know, both of them are valuable. Both of them average right at 5 assists a game. Both of them average 1 or 2 turnovers a game. That's why one went to the Portsmouth and one went to Mississippi State for that right there, which I understand. Okay, so that's how we would post up out of these sets, okay? Now this year, I'm going to try something different. You might see me halfway through the year. Coach, I thought you said you're going to do this, and I changed my mind. So we're going to bring this guy down. You're going to go baseline. Come on. Come off this pick. Go up to the top. All right? You circle down and get in the mid-post. I don't like post. I like right there. So a little different, Frank. I don't go box. I go back here and make the defense turn around to see where you are and then teach them to run this. So
if you don't stop here, you can go mid-post, or you can step back out and get on this baseline and go behind the defense. But don't get here, like Frank said, just stand here, waiting for the ball. You put the best shot blocker probably right there. So we're going to bring him to the top. You're going to hit. You're going to come down below this. You're going to come into the mid-post, mid-post. You come down underneath him. Now we're going to come from right here, and we're going to play from here. Like I said, we don't teach absolutes. We teach generalities. From here, they're going to play. There's a lot of things you can do. You can come off, look for the pick, and just do the same thing over there. You can come back here, back screen him, and he goes for a lob, and we can throw it up. We can come here, go over top, turn back around, and then he pops out and shoots. There's a lot of things you can do, and we will, in practice, repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. There'll be 1,000 things you can do off that, 1,000 things you can do over here. I don't have time to go through all of it. You can use your own imagination, but we're trying to keep it floor wide. Come back right in here, son. No, you stay here. Stay out a little bit. You want to get too close to the basket, right there. Come down and move up a little bit. Come down, move up into him a little bit. Move up. All right, from there, you kind of just play. If you got a great point guard, you can get into your pick and rolls from here. I can come in here, fake like I'm going there, run straight out. I'm going to hit this pick and roll. Come drive off. I'm rolling down. What are y'all going to do? Space out. Space out. What's this side going to do? Lift and get behind me. Automatic. As I roll, you lift. All right? Same thing. So you can get into our concepts out of this position. So let's come up, hit him, come up over top. Y'all same thing over here. Hit him. Go pick. Now this is one of the best pick and rolls I've seen. You hit here, space out, son, space out. Or if he's a non-shooter, get in the dunker. Get in the dunker spot. 30%, stay in the dunker. All right, so we're going to hit here in a position like this. He's going to come up, step up real fast. On that pass, you're going to hit this next pick and roll. All right, so that as the ball's going across, I'm hitting this right now. Come hard. Now I'm going down this way. You coming this way, roll guy. Now you're here. You stay out there. You come in behind me. The roll guy, not you. You stay. You come in behind me. Get up. Get out. Now, you don't want to come down. You don't want to smell me. I don't have deodorant on. All right, keep your spacing. So if I hit here, you're going up there. All right. So here we go. We passed it across. I'm hitting. Where you come, son? Right here. As soon as you see me do that, you just stay spaced because the ball went away from me. So let's go look at that action real fast. This gets you all kinds of buckets. It's hard for it to defend. So let's do the pick and roll over here first. Come up, do the pick and roll. Get over here some first. All right, you can start from there. That's fine. Come on, go. Hit, go pick, swing it real fast, hit that pick, roll. All right, now, what's this guy in the corner, short corner do? What's his man going to do probably? He's probably going to go help, right? So he's leaving. I can't tell you where to go, all right? If I go this way, you're going that way, all right? As he comes this way, you're probably coming in behind him. You're coming deeper, all right? You're probably coming this way. My man goes and helps, go set the pick and roll again. All right, my man goes there, stop. Now there's two places I can go. I can go baseline and look and then step up in here. All right, if I see that he's going to the basket, and as this guy rolls down, roll down all the way, roll down, I'm coming right in behind him right here. All right, pretty easy. God, I made one. All right, but pretty easy, and I'm right-handed. That was pretty good. So let's look at that one time, and this time let's hit the guy that comes over here. All right, go short on it. All right, here we go. Go. Stop. How you supposed to pick? Yeah, come down the elbow. You pass right there, come down the elbow, and then walk right up into his ass. Hit him right on the backside. All right. All right, here we go. Hit it. Get off. Good. Hold. Come off of it a little bit. Look, you got to threaten it first. Go back. You got to threaten it so they'll help down here. If it looks like I'm coming off that pick, then they're helping here. Now I'm throwing over there, and that gets it going. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Hit him. Oh, there you go. Now, that's real good, son. Except I can tell you've never posted, right? Because you're sitting down there flat as a flitter. You don't want to be like this. Oh, give me the ball. Step your butt in there and knock that guy up for a loop. So if I'm sitting right here, give him the ball. Come here. You defend me. Go to the basket. When he comes off, look, there's the ball. You better watch it. You're guarding him, right? There's the ball. I'm coming up into you right here, right now, and getting you. And I would use you, boy. I'd use you. I'd be trying to hurt you. All right? So that's basically one of there's 1,000 of them. So now let's give me a guy with a ball, 2 of you with a ball. And I don't know how this is going to go. Put the ball back out. Get back in your original positions. 2 subs get a ball. These are managers. All right? Hopefully you'll get better and not be a manager next time we play. All right, move over here. Come down with the ball like we normally do. Now, let's say we want to practice our continuation. You don't want just one. How many games have coaches won with their head between their knees? I would suggest a bunch if you've been in it around a lot. So we want continuation. First play doesn't work. I got over there and drew this brilliant play, and it didn't work. So now what do? They stop. They start playing one-on-one. We try to teach motion and keep it going. So we're going to hit. Go ahead. Go pick, son. You're the picker. Come off the pick. Swing it to the corner. We're going to shoot. All right? Now, he's going to shoot the ball. A little different from Frank. This is where you're teaching your shooting. So he's going to shoot the ball. When that happens, he comes off. He's got to continue to run. You shoot and then get out of the play. You throw the ball into anybody you want to. That guy, or this guy. As soon as that happens, we got to go back to a 2-man game or a 3-man game again. Shoot. Next ball in, there's 3 of them out there. Throw it to one of the 3, they got to go again. You understand? But you cannot go one-on-one unless it's a rip and right to the basket and lay it up. You know, one of the 2. You can do that. I'll let them do that if they rip it. All right, let's see if we can get 3 shots in. Here we go. Go. Good. Good. Shot. Ball in. Go. Go. Stop. No. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? I know it's news. Believe me. That ball hit him. As soon as that ball was in the air, you should have been hitting this guy. All right? Next same thing on the next ball. All right, let's try it again. Here we go. Shot. Ball. Now go back. What did you do wrong? You expect him to throw it out here, but you didn't read the pass, right? Let's go again. Maybe you are a center. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Come off of it. Pass. Get back out. Hit. Go. Roll. Hold it. And they don't listen real quick either, do you? Go back here. What'd you do wrong? Turn the wrong way. Well, that's good. Hey, we made progress. All right, here we go. Let's go again. Here we go. Roll. Come. All right, good. Next ball in. Come on, get ready. Hit it. Go. Now, whoa. Best, and that's okay that way. Don't get me wrong. Go back. But the best one to me, that ball hit here, just a flat pick. Okay. All right, just set a flat pick. He chooses which side, and you go the opposite. All right. All right, let's go through one more time. We'll get on full court real fast. Here we go. Here we go. Quick. Off. Pass. Shot. Move. Quick. Good. Pass. Hit it. Roll. Snap. Boy, you got him down pat, Coach, on the pivot. I would suggest you try it the other way. All right, now we're going to go full court. So we're going to come down. We're going to run that play where the guy comes up on top. We run a little floppy action, mid-post floppy action down here. Shoot the ball, take the ball out of bounds. When you run down the floor, run to these same positions, one of you go down there with an extra ball. One of you got a ball. Go down there. All right. We run down there, run a double drag. And after they run a double drag and shoot, throw the ball back in bounds to the other. And this time, all 5 of you play the second pass in. But don't play by yourself. Play with a teammate and try to get into our concepts. So we're going to run this, go into the floppy actions. You come up, mid-post, go pass, shot. If you make it, take the ball out of bounds, go. If they miss it, get the ball out of bounds, run the corners, run your drag or double drag, try to score, throw the next ball in. All right, here we go. Go. Go ahead. There's no mistakes. Whoa. There are no mistakes in ours. He can do what he wants. You react back to what he does. All right, here we go. Go. There's no absolutes. All concepts. Good. Shot. Rebound. Get it out. Stop. You never wait for the ball. All right, we're a fast break team. I don't want to see my point guards doing this. Nah, look, they're capable. Start sprinting. Get it going this way. Don't turn straight like that. Circle out. You may get it and throw it to the daggone forward. Dribble it down hard. Take it. Attack him. Then go down and set a pick on him wherever he goes, all right? Set a pick and run, and once they shoot down there, get the ball in bounds, all right? All right, here we go. Hip, quick, shot, rebound. Now, hold up. What's our rebound pattern? Which is not bad. Y'all did pretty good. Anything that's shot on this side of the floor, we rebound over here. Anything shot on this side, whoever's over here rebounds. The other 2 get back, all right? So let's do it again. I'll let you go. A double drag. I don't care what the hell you do. Score. Here we go. All right, rebound. Get it in. No. We want to score first, right? Let's go back. Get it back to the basket quick, and then get the ball back in. Closest guy takes the ball in. I don't care who it is. Whoever's close, get it out. Let's go. Roll. Shot. Rebound. Get it out. Throw it. Dribble. Go pick him. Come and pick him now. Double. Roll. Good. Shot. Ball in bounds. Kick it in. Go get it in first. Get in there. Shot. Throw the ball in bounds, son. No, you. What the hell you down there? You think you're pretty and going to take a picture? Jesus Christ. Let's go again. Here we go. As soon as they make that ball, throw the ball into one of those guys. All right, here we go. Man, I've seen better looking players too. Here we go. All right, here we go. Roll. Shot. Rebound. Oh, go back. Son, what are you supposed to do? What did I just say? Everybody on that side go rebound. Everybody on this side does it. Hey, we do recruits. I bring them in. And whether I find anything or not, I'm going to tell them to do something different than what they did. Why am I doing that? Because it's better than what they did? Maybe not. But what I find out, they can take coaching. You tell them one time, they got it done. All right, let's try it again. Here we go. Kick, shot, rebound. Get it out. Good, much better. He might be a point guard. There you go, double, good. Shot, ball in, get ready, get ball in, throw it. No, stay here, half court. My bad, that was on me. I didn't tell you. One more time, real quick. I'll go one more thing and we'll call it. There's a lot, obviously. I feel good that in 1 hour and 15 minutes I got more to the knowledge than that. I'm pretty close. Another 10 minutes, you probably had it all. All right, here we go. Shot. Rebound. Get it out. I like those guys. Here we go. Double drag it. Hit it now. Good. Shot. Ball's in. Get the ball in bounds. Stay there, center. Get back down here. I just said that. Play again. No. We'll go one more time. Here we go. Last time. Stay down there. He's going to play half court down there, okay? He's throwing it in just like you did up here. All right, here we go. Last time. Here we go. Good. Shot. Get it in. Now take it out. Move. Move, point guard. Take it on. Come on. Go, come and get him now. Hit him. Good. Roll. Good. Shot. Throw the ball into one of these guys. Stay here. Go play with each other. Dribble it. Dribble it. Don't wait on him. Go. That wasn't bad. Give those guys a hand. That wasn't bad right there. The only problem was right here. He caught the ball. One of the terms we use, be decisive. Be decisive. You don't catch and go, what do I do next? You catch, you can rip him. You can go dribble at another guy. You can go pass and go pick. What you can't do is catch, hold the ball. Now, a little different than Frank. There are going to be times in a game that you got to play individual basketball. And that you'll see, well, hell, just go watch Miami Heat. Watch what they do with Butler. Stick his ass down there and say, go get us one. You got to have one of those guys. Got to have one. How do you develop that? Play a lot of one-on-one in your practice. Mid-post area, that's where we try to go to if we're going to isolate. Mid-post area. Teach them how to score from there. Second place, elbow. Next place at the very top for rips. Like if you're Joker, he'll get at the very top and try to drive him down in there deep, pass or second moves. That thing about only one move, you better have 3 or 4 at the end of a game if you're going to ISO. Sometimes it takes that. What you're trying to do is be good enough to get to a shot you can make. I always tell my players, don't make a fake or do something to get a shot you can't make. If you're making a move on somebody, make sure it's good enough to get you to a shot you can make. All right, and keep working on that. Know where it is. I had the hardest time with Tavion Kinsey of him understanding when that guy's on you tight, you're open. He goes, Coach, I'm not open. He's right on me tight. I said, jump. Now you're open. Because nobody's got 44-inch vertical, right? He's going up where nobody else is. So it took me the longest time to get him to understand if I get him to a spot and he's right there, he's 6'5" and down, even 6'7" and down, you're open. Just lift, shoot it. And again, he averaged 22 points. High school, he averaged 12. All right, Division I, 22. High school, 12. I'm trying to say something smart, but when I end up here, sometimes that's difficult. I got to think about that shit. Basketball's been very good to me. It's hard on you guys. I tell my players it's hard. This thing about filming everything you say, I don't know, but I probably would have never played because I was Mom's child. She didn't say Dan, she said, damn it, Dan, most of the time. All right, so I was one of those kids. Now, my brother Mike, God bless his heart, there was a halo that went around his head everywhere he went. Me, I had horns coming out, But we fit together and been together for a long time. I will say this, I was a high school coach for 28 years. Prior to that, I was 4 years older than my brother. So every time we went out on the playground, I was a picker because I was one of the better players there, and I'd say, I'll take Mike. Now, he was 4 years younger. He wasn't as good as 3 or 4 of these other guys. So they would pick one. I'd say, pick first, because I knew he wasn't going to pick Mike. I'd say, all right, I got Mike. Take the next one. Okay. So we did that for years, at least 5 or 6 years. Pretty soon I started realizing, because we always won when we were together, that they were going to pick Mike first even though he wasn't the best. So eventually I had to come out and go, all right, I'll give you the first 2, I got Mike. And then it went to, I'll give you the first 3, I got Mike. Just pick your team, I got Mike. That's where it ended up. So what happens? He comes back from Europe, one of the leading coaches, still known as the best point guard Europe has ever had. Comes back, he got a chance. I picked my brother first. So I got into the NBA sitting there. I wanted to be there as a player. I had Gene Shue tell me I was too little. That was when you couldn't go down below the foul line defensively. You had to stay above it. So if they post you up down there, they always had to get in rotation. So they didn't want little guards at that time. And I was a little guard. And he told me I was too little. Go back where he came from. So I did. But I will say this. Number 2 is not always bad. When I came out of high school, I had no offers. I'm playing Pineville, who had Dallas Blankenship, who was All-American, average 33 points, 6'2". Coach came down to see him. I'm in my locker room after the game. We won. I'm at the locker room after the game, and my coach came in. Coach, there's a coach here who wants to see you. I said, who's that? And back then, I lived in the mountains like this, 10 to 2. You know, sun comes up at 10, goes down at 2. You know, you get to see it for about 4 hours, and that'd be it. So I said, oh, yeah, who? And because of that, we didn't have TV. You couldn't get reception down there. I had one radio station. That was WLS out of Chicago, and it was one of those super stations at that time. So we didn't have a lot of outside world, as you would imagine in West Virginia, where the tree is here and there's no limbs. All right? If you looked at the genealogy, there's that tree, and that neighbor's probably kin to you in some way. All right? So I didn't know who he was. And they said, well, it's Ellis Johnson from Marshall. Now, I'd heard of Marshall because my uncle played there. He's an All-American football player, quarterback. He has the distinction of the longest pass, and this is with Randy Moss played there. Chad Pennington played there. Byron Leftridge played there. Longest pass in Marshall's history, 99.2 yards. He threw a pass, 99.2 yards. Well, actually, he threw it 10 yards, and the guy ran 99.2. So he always tells me, yeah, I threw the longest 10-yard pass of my life. So, but anyway, he comes in, he says, Coach is out there to look at you. So he comes into my office, and he goes, I went into the locker room and says, Coach, I didn't come here to look at you. I really didn't. Or not Coach, back then. Danny, I came in here to look, didn't come here to look at you. Came here to recruit Dallas. After the game, I'm coming into your locker room first. So I was number 2, but he ended up number 1. He never played, I did. Then when I got the Marshall job, the athletic director was so far up Mike's butt, he didn't know I was even on the table. Well, Mike was going to leave $5 million on the table, which ain't happening. Guess who was number 2? Me. Worked out pretty good, right? Just be number 2. Be out there. Do the best job you can. Don't think you're the best in the world. Get your hand off the bike. Believe in your players. You got to put your hand on it. Don't get me wrong. You got to get them going. You got to be that part. But a lot of coaches are afraid either, 1, nobody saw them help him get it. 2, oh, they might fall. They get hurt. Whatever reason. Get your damn hand off the bike. Let the kid make you a good coach, a good teacher. Believe in them. If they want you, you want them to believe in you, you got to believe in them. And I'll tell you, it's worked out. They say about coaches, the posse is always chasing you, right? You know, no matter what job you got, there's nothing safe. So that posse is always chasing you. I'll say this, that posse ain't caught me yet. And they only got a couple more years to get that done. And since I signed a 3-year, screw them. You know, that's the way I look at it. But I wish you the best. When I was in high school, I picked up gum. You know, my whole life was basketball. My best friends were in the program. They were my assistant coaches. They were people who came to the games. I'll just show you kind of the devil in me a little bit. I was single from 40 to 50, right? Just got divorced. Lovely lady. It's probably all my fault. I'll take blame for it. Although, maybe privately, I'll tell you what I think she did. But we're still good friends. Great lady. But, hell, I forgot what I was going to say. So anyway, I got another wife. Oh, those 10 years I was divorced. People always accuse me of coming dressed for the ball game to go out afterwards. And there would be, I'd have 15 guys behind me, all single, sitting back up there behind me going, don't call timeout, man. Happy hour's about over. I got you. But enjoy the game is what I'm telling you. Don't be too serious with this thing. If you get serious, guess what? What the players do. You know, enjoy it. I watch Hoosiers. How many people have seen the movie Hoosiers? Now, honestly tell me, when Jimmy Chitwood hit that shot off of the, don't let the paint catch you, don't let your feet get caught in the paint. What were they talking about there? Does anybody know? In other words, don't get 3 seconds before he shoots it. All right, get the hell out or do something. But what I took from that, and I don't think there's anybody else that did this, because I was one of those, my third year off the bus, we lost to a rival right before the Final Four in the state, South Carolina. I'm driving the bus, right? Back in, you're driving the bus, picking up paper, you know, cleaning the backboards. I've done it all. So I was driving the bus, and I started getting lightheaded, and I could feel the blood hitting the top of my head. I had to stop the bus, went down about, got off the bus, went down, crouched down. And I said to myself, if I'm going to stay in this game, I cannot let myself get like this. I can't. So what I had reinforcement is I'm watching Hoosiers, and I know none of you did this. How many looked at the face of the losing coach? How many remember what he looked like when it was over? Because he stood up, he smiled, acknowledged a great play, and was as happy for him making that grab. I'm sure he wanted to win the game. Don't get me wrong. But he was happy to see great basketball. Great basketball. If you can get that way, and it's hard. Every time I try it, sometimes I fail. I'm not telling you things I do all the time. Sometimes it doesn't work. But I will say this. Appreciate your opponent. Appreciate, you know, he's well coached. Respect that. Sometimes you're not going to win that game. You're not. It's nothing you did. It's nothing your players did. The damn player was good that beat you. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have that philosophy, come back and win. Show your kids the respect. Come out and play hard. Get in the gym. I stayed in the gym. I had 3 boys, and they would be sleeping in the corner of the gym, 6, 8, and 10. I was the primary parent. I had to pick them up and take them home. Feed them, get them in bed, get them up in the morning. But I love basketball so much. And what happened, what they reward me? All 3 went free to college. One's a CPA, one's a lawyer. One makes more money than I do. It's rewarding. Let it reward you. This game's good. Y'all got a lot of difficulties. It's like Frank said, changing how you manage your program now. I hope I'm up to the task, but regardless, that damn posse ain't catching me because I got a 2-year contract. All right.
Good job. Let's get this up here. Great job. You just drop it. I got you. Thanks, Coach. You want me to?
Yeah, let me take that with me.
There you go. Great
Appreciate
job.
it,
Thanks
man.
for
All right,
everything.
no problem.
Have a great time till Thursday, right?
Yeah, I'm going to gamble, sit in the sun, and do everything.
We've got some housekeeping to do. I just want to mention a couple things. If you're interested in some video stuff, products, Mike Padol from Championship Productions, you can buy one video for $20, or you can buy 1,100 videos for $25. So there's a thing called Champ Coach out there. I'll say it again, it'd be the best $25 you ever spend on your career. $25 gets you 1,100 videos, and you can buy one for $20. We're gonna run out of time. Our next speaker, if you guys could take your seats, I know there's a little transition here. But we know that Coach Tara Vanderveer